How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Unsigned Pop Punk Podcast. I'm Patrick Tarnowski. With me is Super Gibby, and today I'm pumped for this. We welcome LA artist Meg to the show. Meg, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, I'm excited to have you. Ever since you submitted your stuff to us, I've listened to a lot of it.
Hmm.
It's super good, like super duper good. I
Thank,
like it a lot.
thank you. Love to hear that. I fucking love to hear that.
Good. Yeah, so like just we'll just hop into it. Like you dropped your latest single, The End,
Mm.
which I've listened to at least 15 times now. Back in February. What's the response been like, so far, and how are you feeling now that it's out in the world?
It feels really good for it to be out. We wrote it last year, and I kind of knew that this was going to be like the genre and the sound type that we're moving into.
Okay.
Rob Nagelhout is my best friend, but he also produces pretty much, like I would say, like 80% of the stuff I put out. And same with AJ Peacock's, another one of my buddies. We do a lot of writing together. So the three of us write constantly. Most of what you hear probably came from the three of us. And when we wrote this, I was really into Turnstile last year. And I love how they can make this punk shit that's also like dancey. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you can either like flop and jump and dance around, or you can like smash your head around. And I loved the blend of that. So we went to the session really wanting to do a guitar riff lead that felt equal parts pit and like dancey. Um, and I was kind of going through some weird shit in my head where it's like, when everything in your life is going so well that you're just kind of like waiting for that shoe to drop. And then there's like one little negative thought in your brain that just spider webs into like a million negative thoughts. And you're like, why am I feeling crazy? I'm supposed to be like the happiest I've ever been. So we wrote this song about kind of like telling all of that negativity in your head to like shut up and just like fucking like enjoy it. And the response has been really good. I think people are liking the kind of heavier, grittier thing.
Mm-hmm.
We've been kind of towing that line for a while, so it was fun to just kind of like send it and see what happens, and people are into it, which is nice. Um, yeah, I think the response has been pretty good. People are really liking that grittier kind of scream, which is fun. I
Yeah.
really enjoy doing it. So
Yeah. I mean, I was listening through like today. I hadn't listened to it until today, but I was like checked out like the EP from like that says 2011. Did that
oh
actually
my,
come out in 2011?
yeah, man. When else would
Okay.
it have come out?
Well,
That thing's old as hell.
sometimes people put the wrong date on there, or the wrong date gets like, it's happened to me even. So I was like, okay, we're cooking from 2011 here. So
Dude, that EP was the first,
the EP.
was the motherfucking EP. That was like the first like collective of stuff for the Meg project.
Hmm.
Prior to that, I was in like this pop girl group thing. And then I started writing for this project. That was like the first like taste. That's hilarious. I always forget that that's up. That's so funny.
Even if it wasn't up on Spotify, I would have found it.
I'm sure. I'm fucking sure. I think also it was up on Pure Volume because like I think that was like the time, that was like the year for that. But
That
yeah.
would have that would have been the tail end of Pure Volume though, probably, wouldn't it?
Oh,
I think
definitely.
so.
Because I mean, I was cooking on Pure Volume in like 2003. So
Same. Same.
yeah,
I would have been the tail end. You're right. Pure Volume, bro. Whoa. I haven't thought about that.
some mp3.com.
Yeah, LimeWire shit.
Yeah,
Um,
that's where you got it before all this Spotify and everything else. Like MySpace, they did it first. They did it best. I still think. Like you could never recreate that now because just first off, nobody wants it. They want it, but they don't want it, you know? They like having 1,000 different things. You know, it's like, why have MySpace when you can have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, uh, Blue Sky? You know, why have one thing when you can have it all?
Also, I wonder what MySpace would look like on an iPhone. Like, what would the
Glorious,
layout be?
beautiful. I don't know.
Probably fucking perfect.
Yeah. And you could do it. You like it was the first thing where you could like be a little bit of a programmer, you know, you made your own backgrounds and stuff like that. You made that MySpace profile your own. Nothing gives you that optimization.
Yeah, that's so true.
I
That's
know.
so true.
Ugh, never again.
RIP.
What was that new one that came out that was like so close to MySpace but never got
No
off the
pl
ground?
no place.
No place. Yeah, that
Hmm.
that was as close as I felt like to MySpace in a while.
Yeah. I
Mm.
still have it on my phone, but
I uninstalled it already.
I'm still there. Y'all, all y'all on no place, come hit up your boy.
All 10 people still using no place.
Yeah. Hey, any of y'all on no place, hit me up. Find Unsigned Pop Punk. We there.
Oh shit. Uh,
All right, Gibby.
Right. So it's January of last year. You've basically released a single about every 2 months, give take. Do you have like a plan to do like an EP with all those singles, or is there's an album on the way, or are you just focusing just singles driven at the moment?
dude, that's such a great question because I think the plan for that has like changes every 5 minutes. Every
Can
year
relate.
it's like, yeah, like every year I'm always like, next year is going to be the year I do the full length album for the first time.
Gonna be the year. It's my year.
Like it's always going to be the full length. It's always going to be the full length. But I personally love a full length. Like I'm
Yeah.
not a singles lover or really an EP lover. And I think there's so much pressure for the debut full length album that it just keeps getting pushed. And so I kind of got to this point where I had all these songs that I was writing and I wasn't putting them out because I was like, well, I don't really want this for the full length, but I'm not really writing an EP right now. And so like last year was just an experiment. It was like
Hmm.
I'm gonna put out a song every 6 weeks, get rid of the editing, like the self-edit, the perfectionism, the obsession over is it done yet? One more tweak, one more different version of the artwork, whatever. And I was just like, I'm going to write the song. We're going to finish it. I'm going to make some weird little artwork and then I'm going to put it out and then I'm going to put my attention on the next. So I didn't quite know like what was going to come from that. I think initially there was an EP in mind, but now those songs feel so far away from me because of all the new stuff that I'm writing that I
Yeah.
think they're just going to be what they are. Like I think those are just the 2024 experimental release singles. Because now we're writing an EP that feels really
Cohesive.
correct. Yes, that's the
Yeah.
exact word I was looking for. These feel really
I got you.
cohesive. We like went down a bunch of different lanes, worked with a bunch of different people, and now I feel very like confident and excited about a specific lane. Granted, I like every genre and I come from such a musical mixture background that I'm always going to want to pull from things that don't belong. And I think that's what makes my music. But
Yeah.
this EP definitely feels more cohesive than some of the stuff I put out in a long time. So The End is definitely the first single on the EP. The next single on the EP will come out probably late May. The third single for the EP will come out right before Warped Tour in July. And then I'll release the whole EP in September.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's the plan. And then start writing for the full length next year is the goal. I want to tour the EP and tour
Full
the
length.
shit.
No.
So that's the grandiose plan.
I
But
love it.
the boys in my band, if they're listening to this, are probably cackling because I don't quite know the real definition of a plan. I change my
Yeah.
mind like that. So we'll see.
It happens all the time, and especially like as a musician, and working and writing songs, as you write like new songs, you're always like, oh, this song, but this song's so much better. Oh, I like this song so much more. And it's like, well, let's just get rid of that one. But then when you think about getting rid of that, you're like, well, I don't want to get rid of that. But I like that one too. Maybe we could just have that as a single, but this will go on the album. There's so much that happens that people don't know about. And every song is precious.
Right.
Every song is precious and deserves love and a home.
Well, because it's just like, it's such a specific time in your life.
Yeah.
It's such like, I feel personally as like a person, I have a hard time expressing myself and like processing how I actually feel about something. And I'm always kind of self-editing my feelings versus like when I write, there is none of that. So it's like the only time that I can truly process whatever is going on in my life and I can really understand how I feel about something. So to your point, it's like, yeah, each song is just like a little piece of yourself that you didn't know was there until you wrote the song. And sometimes you don't even understand, at least for me, sometimes I won't even understand a song or why I needed to write it until like years later. And I'll revisit
Yeah.
something and be like, oh, fuck, like I did fall. That's when I fell out of love, or like that's really what I was like upset about or hurting about, whatever. So yeah, it's
I
hard.
knew this song was a banger.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's annoying and hard, but we love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you did, like, nobody becomes an artist in any capacity if you don't love it. Like, it's not like this would be like, I'm gonna become a musician because I'm gonna make a ton of money.
Right.
Tons.
Right.
Yeah. You do it
Especially a
because
pop punk musician.
right. You do it because you can't not do it.
Correct.
It's just there's no other option but to do it.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm in this for the money.
It's taking it all the way to millionaire status.
Oh, it's the hair.
It
Uh,
is.
all right. But so you've been singing and writing music since you were like 8 years old. Do you remember what first sparked that love for music at such a young age?
Um, Not really. Like my mom says that when we would go to restaurant, my parents are big music lovers. They don't like sing or write or play anything, but they just like love music. So there was always music blasting through the house on the weekends.
Hmm.
And anytime we would go out to eat, she said that I would be like as a toddler on the stage with the band, just like wiggling. Or I would like, fall asleep on the stage or fall asleep in the booth with like the music blasting. And then when I was 5, I was just like screaming all over the house, like singing. And my parents were like, all right. So they found a musical theater, like children's community thing, and
Hmm.
we're like, get this bitch on stage. And so I've been doing musical theater since I was like 5.
Yeah.
Um, and then Britney Spears happened, and that like opened my life. My whole world changed when I got my hands on Britney Spears, and I was like,
Nice.
that's what I want to do.
So,
Um,
so I was gonna ask because I wanted you to dig deep and be like, what was the first song or band or whatever that was like your favorite? Like, no matter how embarrassing it is, it could be UB40, Red Red Wine. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Spice Girls for sure.
Good.
Like I had the movie Spice World on VHS,
I
and
wish I still did.
dude, it's first of all, it's impossible to find anywhere online.
I'm aware.
Okay. It's like nobody believes me when
I've
I say
looked.
that, but I'm like, I've literally looked high and low, and it's like poof, gone,
Yeah.
which sucks. But I would watch it every day after school. Like I think it came out in 1990, what was it, 8 or 1997?
I think Gibby's looking, but it was mid 90s for sure.
Yeah, and I watched it every single day, every fucking day. My mom has videos of me in like a bathing suit top with like one of her coats, and I would like, sing with the mic, and she's filming me. Like that really was like, I mean, it's funny because I like don't do pop music, but that was it for me. I was like, this is what I want to do.
I mean,
So,
it's okay. Mine was New Kids on the Block, so we're good. You're good.
See, that's embarrassing. Spice Girls is fire.
yeah.
That's embarrassing.
No. Have you even heard their like newest song, Kids?
No,
Banger.
no.
Dude, so good. Listen to it after this.
Uh-huh.
Your life will be changed.
Can't wait.
So
All right,
I found a VHS copy,
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive.
$9.99.
Oh,
Get out. Get
well,
out.
they have to buy the VHS player though.
Well, a VCR? I
Ugh.
mean, you could get that at Goodwill.
That's true.
Work?
Oh, sure. They
I'm sure
have
they
to.
test them.
I'm pretty sure at like Goodwill, they can't put it out unless it's tested and works.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot on eBay. I found one for $12, $9.
All right. Well, here we go. eBay, let's get it.
All
I
right.
think I
looks
was
like
looking for a DVD though.
Oh, y'all
That's
said
what
VHS specifically.
I know, but I said, but I'm saying, I think I was looking for a DVD.
I was looking for a stream that I can watch. Click. That's what I
Yeah, that would be sweet too. I'd be
I would
down
pay
with that.
$25 for it, honestly.
Yeah, I'd buy it. Yeah,
I
it's a
would.
good one. It's one of those that like, it's so bad it's good.
Mhm.
Uh, it's just, and I feel like that's the same way with the hidden gem of the early 2000s Josie and the Pussycats movie.
Oh, yes.
That is a glorious movie. It's so underrated. It's so
Mhm.
good.
I would agree with that.
I do own that on DVD.
That is actually very cool. Very cool.
Yes. Hear that, Gibby? Meg said,
Someone
"Cool."
thinks you're cool.
Yeah, I did it. Everybody gets one.
Oh, shit.
Are you still looking stuff up, Gibby? What are you doing?
I'm trying to find how you guys could watch this because apparently
Oh,
you could do it in Voodoo on Voodoo.
on Vudu.
What?
Apparently,
Oh, that's very exciting to hear.
All
you
right.
make a Voodoo account, make a Movies Anywhere account, link it to your Voodoo. There's a Voodoo disc to digital. You scan a UPC, and someone has the UPC, and you pay $2 for standard definition or $5 for HD.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
I'm in.
You check out, and then you spice up your life.
That was iconic.
Dude, people of the world.
That was iconic. So
Dude.
yeah, Spice Girls. That was that was it. That was it for me.
Dude, I love it. Spice Girls are great.
Yep.
I'll make sure I'll link both of y'all in on this later.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm gonna do that. That's priority.
Top priority. That's what after New Kids on the Block. That's what's happening.
I think this might take more priority because this New Kids on the Block will always be there. This is
it's
urgent.
2.5 minutes, I think.
If I have time after that 30-step list to get to Spice World, maybe I'll have time to listen to new.
That's fair. That's fair.
So you mentioned you were in musical theaters, then you went to but you also went to School of Arts, and eventually you went to USC's popular music program. How do you
Mhm.
think all those experiences helped shape the artist that you are today?
Oh man, I think it just kind of led me down a bunch of different paths that kind of helped me figure out what I didn't like, which ultimately pushed me down the road of what I do. Because I did musical theater for a while. I was obsessed with bubblegum pop, like obsessed with it. But I have four brothers, so I grew up listening to like Static X and Disturbed and Rancid and NoFX and Black Flag and The Descendants and all of the complete opposite,
Mhm.
Fugazi, all that shit. And so I really enjoyed that. And then I discovered like Senses Failed, Take Me Back Sunday, The Used, like that whole realm. Obviously, Blink 182 and Green Day, that was like everyone's life.
Yeah, everybody.
everybody. So it was interesting. Like I was obsessed with musical theater and was classically trained at LACHSA, the LA County High School for the Arts. So I was doing like operas and shit, and then coming home like slamming around to like this like hardcore like punk shit. It was very odd. None of my friends understood me. They were like, who the fuck is this girl? And then college, I wanted to go to NYU for musical theater, but I didn't get in. And at the same time, there was this brand new program at USC that one of my teachers had told me about. And I was like, all right, like, oh yeah, I was in that pop girl group at the time in high school, where I started writing. So I was like, all right, like, let's try this out. I auditioned, got in, and then that took me down a whole other pathway of like seriously writing music. And figuring out myself as an artist and realizing that I wanted to be in a band and I wanted to do the alternative thing. And then that led me to starting a pop punk band called Party for One with my best friends from college, who I still play music with to this day. Half of them are still in my band. And so I think all of that experience is like, my music is pretty theatrical. It's really bratty and you can feel the theatrical background, but production wise, it has some of the heavier stuff that I grew up listening to, but then the melodies are very pop based. So it kind of has all of that in this little weird package. So I think it played a huge part in shaping who I am as an artist, for sure.
So the all-girl group that you're talking about, it's called Runaway MMC. And y'all released an EP called Forever Yours. What do you take away from that experience, and how does it contrast with what you're doing now? Like, you kind of talked about it, but I really wanted everybody to know Runaway MMC and be able to go look up the EP Forever Yours.
Wild. You are a deep digger. You are like the deepest of diggers. First of all, that was actually crazy. That was actually fucking crazy. My mom had this. My mom is like a dreamer, a visionary, like literally was like soup can poor when she was a kid, worked at Dunkin' Donuts when she was 12, all the way to Taco Bell, managing Taco Bell, Dillard's, Macy's, JCPenney, and then ended up owning her own clothing manufacturing company. She's just like such a baller. And she had this brilliant idea of blending music and fashion, kind of like the Spice Girls, but if the Spice Girls made a line and then sold it. So it was like a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
So she manufactured the clothes, and then one of the other girls in the group, her dad's like in this famous mariachi band, and so he helped with the music stuff. And then we got like Randy Jackson, Mel B, Scary Spice, which was my favorite Spice Girl, which was crazy that we got to work with her. We worked with Alex Cantrell, who did JoJo's Leave, Get Out. We were just like in these big giant studios making these records that like, it's crazy to look back now because now I'm making music in my best friend's closet, like not even close to like these big like motherboards. But we played a lot of fairs and festivals and had our own clothing lines. It was sold all over like 200 wet seals all over the country, which was crazy.
Oh, wet seal,
I was about to bring that up too. If you knew that was.
Yeah, it was a trip. But I think ultimately that again goes back to these experiences defining you and shaping you as an artist. Once I did that thing that I thought I wanted to do so badly, I realized it wasn't for me. The choreography and the pop and the this and the sexy and it just wasn't me. Plus, I really wanted to go to college. The other girl was like this big Nickelodeon actor and her career was taking off in the acting world. And then the other girl wanted to move into Christian music. So the band just kind of like one day just poof, like ended. And then we all went off to do like completely different things. But it was cool. It taught me a lot about how fucked the industry is and how nasty and gross it can be. Being 15 years old in the pop world was wild. And I'm glad it happened to me then, and I'm glad we didn't make it then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm so grateful that my mom was like such a strong helicopter, like, no, I'm going to be in every fucking room with my daughter. I don't care who you are. Like she was, thank God for that, because, and all the other
Yeah.
moms too. So I think we got protected a lot, but looking back, I do remember things that were just kind of like, ooh, that was kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was wild. I don't know if I answered your question. It kind of took me back for a second
You
there.
did. I loved it. That was a perfect answer.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was a crazy time. Very fun, but it definitely opened my eyes that like that's just not what's natural and genuine for me as an artist.
Now, you had, your stuff in Wet Seal. Did you ever perform in a Wet Seal? Make a little cameos?
We performed in a mall outside of a wet seal.
Woo!
Ooh.
Lakewood. Yeah, that was crazy.
You know who else performed in a mall? Tiffany,
Tiffany.
right? That's her name, right? That was the big artist that in the 80s. I think we're alone now.
I
That was
think
all.
we're. I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
we're
know if
alone now. What?
Right over my
you.
head.
Yeah, it's you know the song.
Oh yeah.
It's a very popular song.
Oh yeah. Super popular song. But it was like done in a mall cuz it was like that was the whole like popular thing. They made it popular. She made it popular by like touring malls and shit like that.
Oh
80s
wow.
80s man.
Crazy
Right.
time.
Sorry for throwing that little obscure comment out there.
Tiffany.
I don't know if this is gonna send. Our listeners and viewers aren't gonna get to see this, but I just want to see a reaction to this in the group in the little side chats if they send.
Oh, you did. Okay, hold up. I gotta move my camera a little bit so I can see
Oh,
things.
fuck off, Gibby.
I
Get out of here with that.
I found that so easily.
Get
Oh,
out of here with
look
that.
at that. That's like Destiny's Child right there.
That is wild, bro. Look at the airbrush on that. Look at the fucking airbrush.
What do you mean airbrush? I just see this is natural.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, that's wild.
Oh man, we'll have to remember to put this in so people can see. No, it's all right.
You don't have to remember to do that, but if you do, let it run, baby. Runaway MMC
You don't have
forever. Forever yours.
forever yours. That's awesome. But that's an awesome moment though. That's still like that's memories, like that's something special you did.
Totally.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah, it was a great experience and I wouldn't trade it. I learned a lot in a very short amount of time. And I'm grateful for that.
Good. That's awesome.
Sorry,
Where are we even
I was diving
I'm
on
like
that.
I was just sitting there. I'm like, where are we even at right now? I forgot where we're even at on our questions.
All right, so that's enough like reminiscing here.
For
Let's
now.
talk about the now. Let's talk about the big things. Let's talk about the future.
Yeah.
You're playing the Long Beach dates for the Vans Warped Tour, and that's basically a hometown show for you.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, not just like personally, but professionally also? Because that's so cool.
It's huge.
I think they go hand in hand. I think the meaningfulness of it is so personal. Because I went as a young girl, as like an aspiring, singer, lead singer of a band, that was just like a dream and such a home for all of us weirdos, to go and discover new bands and to be around this community of other weirdos and to feel like we belonged.
Hmm.
So as a person, it feels really surreal because I feel like young me is just like shitting herself over it, as well as old me. But professionally, it feels definitely like a moment of arrival for sure. Like I feel like I got the news in November So it was right after the last single I had put out. It was a very tough year, not tough in a bad way, just like that was a lot to take on, putting out all those singles like that on top of everything else that was happening. And, you know, you have those moments where you're like, fuck, this didn't even break 1,000 streams. Like, are you kidding? And then you get an email like that, and you're like, fuck yeah. That was definitely a moment of validation, definitely a moment of like, you know, whether or not it takes off in the way that you want it to, like it just takes one person and the right person to hear or see you play to really change the course of your fucking career, the course of your life. And so that was really special. It means absolutely everything. And it's one of those things, man, like the closer it approaches, the further away it seems. Like I feel like I'm not really going to take it all in until I'm on that stage. You know, I'm doing the last song I'm literally playing with my best friends, guys that I've been to Warped Tour with for years and years and years. So it's fucking everything. To answer your question, it's fucking everything.
What is so you know, you're saying you've been to a bunch of Warped Tours. What's like a huge Warped Tour memory that you have? Like what's your like favorite band that you got to see at Warped Tour?
Oh, Every Time I Die.
Nice.
That
Good answer.
That
Great
was
answer.
crazy. Me and my best friend Rob, the producer I was telling you about, he actually they filmed this particular set for a music video or something. And he found us in the fucking pit, like 4 people from the stage, which is sick because, you know, there would never have been another time for me to see them live. Obviously, now we can't. But that for sure. I got my first fat lip during Taking Back Sunday's set, which was also just like such a moment for me. And then this is like the worst memory of Warped Tour. We were so excited to see Sum 41, obviously, and we got there late and missed their entire set.
No.
Oh no.
We got there at noon, and they played at like 11:30 or something that year, because you know how Kevin will like
You got to get there at 11 a.m.
That's right, Gib.
You got to
That's
be
right,
in
bro.
that gate at 11 a.m.
And we learned that the hard way that year.
And that, you know, that was a missed opportunity to get your first fat lip during
Fat Lip.
Bro, I know. I know. But instead I got it during Make Damn Sure.
I mean, that's a good song to get it in.
Yeah, also not a bad time.
One of my favorite Warped Tour memories that I'll never fucking forget is I was watching the Acacia Strain side stage, and it was like the last day of Warped Tour, and he told the crowd he didn't think they'd do it. He didn't think they were gonna do it. But he told them to fucking trash the porta potties, and they fucking trashed the porta potties. And he's like, "We're like," so I was out on Warped Tour, and I was spent like most of my time with those guys because they were just awesome. And so he was just like, I didn't think they'd do it. I didn't think they'd actually do it. And yeah, it was kind of funny. And then at that time, Kevin was like, "Yeah, you can't do that. Can't do that, man.
We don't need shit flying around. Thank you."
Yeah. Can't do that."
Literally.
But I remember after that and them seeing them go do it, and he just turned and looked at me and he was like, I was like, well, now you got to turn back around and continue to be fucking hard as shit. So
yeah.
keep doing you, dude.
Dude, they were probably like, whoop. What
Yeah.
a whoops moment. Yuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Cause they're like rad fucking people. Like they put on the like they say some fucking weird shit in their songs. It's really fucking hard, but they're just cool dudes.
Yeah.
Cool people. So that's Gibby, what do you got? I know you got a Warped Tour story.
I've got a few. I was thinking about which one I was gonna say. I think one of my favorites is like I think I used to go to like Milwaukee and Chicago because they were like back-to-back days and it was like a 2-hour drive. So I just used to go to both. So I would always split like, okay, I'm gonna stay one stage one day and then the other stage the next day. But Milwaukee, they had like all the heavy bands on one stage.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I don't know if there was a bet going on, but everyone was just, I want you to do a circle pit around that production truck through the crowd. I was like, all right, let's do it. Every band almost did it. Like, someone's like, all right, theirs was a little bigger. We're going to go bigger. I want you to go past like the sound guy. Then someone was like, the production truck.
Yeah, they
And it just
probably
kept
had
getting
like a
bigger and bigger and bigger.
they probably all were like, let's see what we can fucking get him do today, guys. Let's see what we could get him to do. Yeah,
But
that's
also
fun.
one year, I don't remember what band was playing, but there was like a little circle pit. Then out of nowhere, Beartooth came out with like a table and just started signing like those photos and just throwing them in the crowd, like in the middle of the pit. I
That's
was like,
super sick.
this is my place. This is where I belong. I love this place.
Mhm.
That's super sick. Damn.
Stoked to see it back.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
stoked
fucking
for
too.
I'm stoked for new people to get to experience it that never got to go to a Warped Tour
Yeah.
because it's something special.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's unlike any other festival. I feel like it really launched the whole festival culture, but this was like, in my opinion, other than like Stagecoach, but it's like like a cohesive festival. Stagecoach is cohesive in the genre. All the other are just kind of like who's popular, blah, 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 which is cool, no shame. But
Yeah.
Warped Tour is like, if you like this kind of music, come find your people, which I think is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so cool.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, that's gonna be awesome. Stoked for you to be able to be on that stage. It's very special. So, congrats.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
Absolutely. So, okay, we got one more question before we go to a quick break. If you give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting your musical journey, what would it be?
Honestly, like that nobody really fucking cares. Like, I think we think about ourselves and what we're doing way more than anybody else is thinking about us and what we're doing. Like, everyone's so up their own butt about their own shit and how they come across and their brand and their this and their that. That like nobody is thinking about you as much as you think they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I had that perspective earlier on because it's so large for you, right? When you're making music and you're making content or you're whatever it is, it's everything to you. That you assume that everybody is like keeping tabs and talking about nobody cares. So just like do the shit that makes you happy, make the music that you would fucking listen to in your free time, and just enjoy playing live. That would be my advice.
That's great advice.
That is great advice. And it's true too.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more. We all get, stuck in our heads about like shit like that, like trying to look a certain way, be a certain way, make music a certain way, for other people. And really it's like until you get to like a really big size, and I'm like, you have to get to a size before anyone really gives a flying fuck.
100%. So you might as well make something that you like.
Right.
And if somebody else likes it, great.
Well, and if you're not making music that you like and that doesn't resonate with you, it's not going to most likely resonate to anybody else.
100%. 100%.
So, all right. Love it. Great advice. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment. Want to give a huge shout out to our friends at Open Your Ears Records for teaming up with us at Unsigned Pop Punk to help spotlight even more awesome new artists. Open Your Ears Records is an indie label based out of Richmond, Virginia, and they've got a killer roster full of rising bands that you're going to want to keep on your radar. This week, we're stoked to highlight the brand new single See Myself by Wild Truth. If you're digging what you hear right now, go stream it. It's out now and available everywhere you get your music. Now, let's talk about Wild Truth for a second. These guys actually started out during a studio session for a totally different band. But somewhere along the way, the vibe shifted and they said, hey, let's start fresh. New band, clean slate, let's make something we actually love. That something became Wild Truth. The band is made up of Will, Clayton, and Nick, lifelong buddies who first met in Virginia Beach and eventually put down roots in Richmond. They played a bunch of different projects over the years, but Wild Truth is where they really found their sound. Think alternative rock, but at its core, but with genre blending vibes that are honest, fresh, and totally their own. Big thanks again to Open Your Ears Records for supporting the show and helping us share rad new music with all of you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for checking out the episode. Now let's get back to it.
And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around. We're hopping into our next segment, everybody's favorite segment, the food for thought segment, because we just all love food. Like we don't care about music here. We're just here to chat about food, the important stuff. Like
this is the hard journalism.
Like I didn't get into bands to do music. I got into bands to talk food with people. I want to go try every new place I could find. So I joined a band.
Smart. I was gonna say the reason we it's been a while since we even brought this up, but the reason we started this food for thought segment is because before this, in the early stages of this podcast, we did our obscure questions segment, and 90% of the time it was always food-based questions. We were always hungry at this point in time, because we would do our show at 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and we either haven't eaten dinner yet, or food was on the mind. So we would just always be asking questions about food. So we're like, fuck it, we're just gonna go food-based. That's it, and it works out, and it makes sense. It just makes sense.
It does make sense because I am starving. So
good,
perfect.
Let's get her even more hungry.
Perfect. So just gonna start you off with a quick, easy question. It's a classic. What's your go-to road snack or just road trip snack and stuff like that?
Nuts.
Ooh.
Elaborate?
Honey roasted.
Honey
I
pistachios, cashews.
Yes, and yes, I like the fancy roasted salted mixed nuts from Costco is my personal fave.
Some fancy nuts.
Some fancy nuts. Yep. I like the green, I think they're called Wonderful pistachios. If I really want to work for my nut, then I'll get the shelled pistachios.
Yeah.
I'm bored and need something to do. That was the worst way to phrase that.
No, yeah.
No, keep going.
Just keep it up. Keep it up.
Nuts and fruit. I really like apples with almond butter and chips. I'm a big chip gal.
What's your favorite kind of chip?
That's Siete brand, the tortilla chips, or I like a dill pickle kettle, or
dill
a
pickle
kettle chip,
Mm-hmm.
Or the tapatillas.
Have you had the Costco sells this big bag of tortilla chips that's just strips? Have you had those?
Yes.
So good. Those are become my favorite. We have buffalo chicken dip at least once a week now, just so we can keep eating them.
Dude, it's so good. We're obsessed right now with those Simple Mills, those like almond crackers.
Oh, those are so good
Dude,
too.
we keep making bolognese. Like, fuck the noodles. We just make bolognese and then take the crackers and dip them. And like, it's like, oh my God, crazy. Costco is life.
Uh, I have a Costco, and I think I've only been in it like twice. I'm missing out. I
You
know.
are missing out, Pat.
Big
I
time.
know. I know. It's a lot though. There's I mean,
You know what,
everything's
Pat? You
so
know what I'll
big.
do?
What's up?
Me and Allie use her dad's Allie is like on her dad's membership. I'll get my own membership and I'll put you on it so you can get to experience Costco.
There you
That's
go.
that's fucking love right there, guys.
That is brotherhood, truly.
That's love.
Yeah.
This, it just made my heart tingle a little bit. Okay, Meg. It's midnight. You're starving, right? What's your favorite late night food fix? It like if you're gonna go out and you need to go out to get some late night food. It's not just what's in your kitchen. You gotta fucking go out. What's your late night food? What's your fix?
In and out. I'm getting a
Well,
cheeseburger and fries.
God damn right you are.
Yeah.
Do you go
No,
animal style or are you just a burger?
no, I go cheeseburger, chopped chili, pickle, whole grilled onion,
Okay.
regular fry. And if I'm really going crazy, I'll get a regular fry and a cheese fry because I need the cheese fry for the car ride home and the regular fry for when I get home to eat while I'm eating the burger.
Okay, so
hmm.
now serious in and out question here. I I am an in and out person. I think in and out's great. Gibby is a Whataburger person, and that's okay to be wrong. It's okay. Look, I'm an in and out person. However, like what's your stance on their fries? Let's be honest
Fantastic.
here.
I
Really?
love them. I love a fresh, listen, dude. Once I found out that McDonald's fries don't digest in your stomach for 30 days, they just sit and like mold in your body. In and Out is pumping out fresh potatoes. Those things are one ingredient. And
I
I,
don't think I have ever had an in and out fry that's ever tasted anything remotely of fresh.
what?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
I see. I know that I'm alone on this island.
But to be fair, you're also in California.
That's
Yeah,
fair. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Um,
I do like the fries. I
that's
do.
fair. That's fair.
I like the
That's fair.
Five Guys fries too, but I love the.
Five Guys fries
I
is
like
good.
Five Guys fries. I mean, Five Guys is a different level of burger, though. Burger joint, you know.
Oh, we're not
Yeah.
talking
However,
burgers.
but the only problem is if I'm gonna get a burger, now look, I really like Five Guys, but 99% of the time, I don't have fucking $20 for a burger and fries.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, your burgers are fucking great. Maybe 50% that a little bit though.
Yeah.
Like their fries are good. I don't think their fries are great. Typically, I think they're a little under cooked for me. They're just not crispy enough.
Right.
Their fries are awesome because you get a massive bag full of them.
Yes.
That's why. Also, I would like to say to comment on your McDonald's fry thing. Um, Mold is a delicacy on a lot of stuff. Like blue cheese.
Well,
Uh, you know. Oh my god.
then maybe you should get McDonald's fries and dip them in blue cheese just to really set your gut right, you know?
Oh my god, the
It's like really
the
clean you out.
be super probiotic, man.
There's not a single probiotic on the planet that will fix that, but you could try.
Isn't it like I mean that'd be more gut health than like a poppy, I bet.
Bro. Oh my God, Poppy. Try it all, dude. Patrick, try it all.
All at the same time.
Live
Holy
life.
shit.
Live life on the
I
wild
am
side.
I am gut healthy.
You will be.
I will be once I fucking put that dream team together.
Oh man. So just like whether you're going to a show that the venue serves food, or like the venue has like catering backstage like for the bands. Have you ever been surprised with an amazing like from like venue food like that was just like super amazing, or even like the complete opposite?
Super duper bad.
Super duper bad. I've
Yeah.
never gotten some green room food and been like, this is amazing. No, like, damn, all right, we're eating that. But dude, yeah.
What's the worst, like, do you have anything like that comes to mind when you're like you've had green room food that was like, oh fuck you, dude?
Yeah, it was like a vat of lasagna that was just not lasagna. After being told that there's a dairy allergy and a gluten allergy in the band. So like half of
Well,
us
that's a
didn't
big
eat.
fuck you.
Yeah, half of us didn't eat and the other half had explosive diarrhea. So it was very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is definitely the opposite of an amazing meal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, well, so we got a couple allergies and some dairy stuff that doesn't work with people in a band. Okay, yeah. Got it. Let's make the most fucking dairy filled
Let's do noodles
and
and cheese.
noodles and cheese, motherfucker. All the noodles and cheese. Let's get them. Gluten. Let's get them.
To be fair, the noodles could have been gluten free.
They could have
Doubt
been.
it, but they could have been.
I
No,
love your hope and your positivity, but they were not.
I
no,
believe it.
those weren't even gluten, right? They were dialed up to 11. They were glue 11,
They were
right?
12.
It was dialed up glue 12, man. Woof. All right. If you could design your dream backstage catering setup, anything you want, what you throwing out on that table?
Surf and turf, like some lobster and some filet, and then some pizza.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
No all brown M&Ms or anything?
Oh, I guess I didn't think about that kind of thing. I love
I mean,
plantain chips. Those I could eat
ooh,
like lickety split. Oh, what am I talking about? Fucking deli meats. Give me brown mustard, give me Havarti, give me Gouda, give me salami, give me turkey. I don't know. I like a lot of food,
It's
y'all.
all gonna be there. It's whatever
Yeah,
you say, it's gonna be there. So
this is on your rider
go
now.
crazy.
yeah. Warped Tour. Tell Kevin I need lobster fillet, deli meats, and a pizza.
Yeah, I'll bet Kev is just like, yeah, we'll get right fucking on that.
Yeah, here's a piece of romaine lettuce, bitch.
You're welcome. I brought that.
Right? Oh shit.
Ugh. So we already talked about In and Out, and I was gonna we were gonna ask you if you're like team In and Out, but we already know you are. So do you think there's another like local burger spot that deserves more hype?
Yes, actually. Um, in Nashville, there's a burger truck called Bad Luck Burger, and
Ooh,
that burger is crazy. It's a smash burger, so it's like patty cheese. All the it's kind of like, yeah, it's fire, honestly. It's
I'm
really
writing that down right now.
He has a list.
it's very good. And I'm not usually a tater tot girl. Like I really prefer a fry over tater tots, but they only serve tater tots and their tater tots are crispy and slamming. And they do like you can get the like souped up tater tots, which has
Hmm.
this, like queso type deal and what else? Onions and some other shit. It's so good. It's so good. Comparatively,
Tots
for sure.
tots are so good if they're done right. Like
If
they
and only if.
right. if you get like the thing is like I'll eat a floppy fry, right?
Mhm.
Like if a tot isn't cooked until crispy, I'm just gonna throw it the fuck away.
Mhm.
It's bad.
Mhm.
Tots are bad if they're not crispy.
100%. But they can be crispy and mush on the inside and it's still not right. It has to be also cooked right in the center.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a very fine line, but Bad Luck Burger Club does it right.
Well, we're gonna have to travel to Nashville to test that now.
Mhm.
That sounds great. All right. So our last food for thought question. This is a deep thinker now, okay?
Mhm.
So thinking about you, your art, your music, if Meg was a potato, what kind of potato would you be?
French fry, bro. French fry.
Any specific kind of French fry?
An In-N-Out French fry. Actually, not an In-N-Out French fry. It would be very crunchy and very crispy on the outside, but unfortunately very soft in the center. That would
Okay.
be that would be it.
What about a steak fry?
Nah. I'm not a steak fry. I could be a crisscross Chick-fil-A waffle fry. Maybe I'm a
Waffle fries
nacho
are good.
fry. I like a nacho fry.
Ooh, nacho
Ooh.
fries.
Fire.
Nacho fries are real good.
Mhm.
Okay. What's your Taco Bell order?
Crunchwrap Supreme or a Mexican pizza.
Nice. I said that was going to be the last one, but you brought up nacho fries, so we had to Taco Bell. Taco Bell is like the number one food topic question usually.
Oh my God, I love Taco Bell. Not
I do
anymore,
too.
but that used to be a go-to for me. Holy shit.
I mean, especially it seems to be for touring bands one of the number one things because it's dirt cheap.
Right,
It's always open after the show is done, you know, and they're everywhere.
right.
And they
That's
have options for everybody too.
Yeah, and they have options for people like for people,
that's
all
very
kinds of
true.
people, all kinds of
Like
people.
options for people, bro.
Yeah,
It's all
bro,
the
they got
options.
they got people options. They are a people organization.
People friendly at Taco Bell.
They're people friendly. Yep.
You should hear Pat's crazy order for Taco Bell,
What's my
What is
crazy
it?
order?
where you add like your all your stuff
Oh,
into it.
so it's not a crazy order. I add one thing. Okay.
But it's crazy.
I don't think it's crazy. Okay, so my go-to thing is that I get the off of the like the dollar menu, they got the cheesy bean and rice burrito, and I love it. It's delicious. But if you're on the app, you or if you're like if you can customize your order. So one of the things you can customize and throw in there is nacho fries. So I always and it's like 30 cents.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, right?
So
So
you're
it's
putting
like
nacho French fries in your BZ cheese and bean.
BZ cheese and rice BZ cheese and rice burrito. Yeah. I throw I throw fresh onions in there
Oh, got to.
and nacho fries in my cheesy bean and rice.
Your BZ cheese and rice.
Yeah,
Easy.
in my BZ cheese, baby. And
Hell
it's like it adds a lot. It definitely adds a lot more filler, and
yeah.
it's like I think I don't remember. It's like maybe 60 cents extra to add nacho fries into it.
Sick.
Yeah, and you can add nacho fries into fucking anything, whatever you want. It's one of the options to add. So I
Good to
started doing
know.
it.
Good to
Yeah,
know, honestly.
yeah.
Okay.
So everybody listening, get your nacho fry on.
Get your nacho brown. Get your BZ cheese on.
Get your BZ Cheat on, baby.
Cheeto.
Come on. All right. That is the end of the food for thought segment. Now it's time for rapid fire questions.
Friendships will be tested. rapid fire questions.
You're just gonna speak from the heart. You're gonna shoot from the hip.
Okay.
Whatever the first thing that pops into your head, even if it's not one of the two options that I present to you, you speak your truth, okay? You follow your heart.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right. Liquid Death or LaCroix?
LaCroix.
Okay, that's fine. Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
South Park or Family Guy?
Family Guy.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Xbox.
Walmart or Target?
Target.
These seem so easy for you.
I'm just
None
going
of the
with the heart.
none of these have been like, oh my god, this is so hard.
Honestly, because I don't play video games. So, except for Nintendo 64 is the only one I know how to play. We have
It's
an
a Nintendo.
You could have said Nintendo.
Xbox, yeah, could have said, or the Switch, but in
The
terms of
Switch.
terrible at PlayStation, I'm even worse at Xbox, but we have an Xbox where we play TV.
Yeah,
Walmart is cool because it's cheap, but
Yeah.
Target has better options. I don't know why I said LaCroix. I don't like Liquid Death or LaCroix. Um,
so you're just lying to me.
well, again, I'm shooting from the hip, Patrick.
That's what you told her
It's
to
true.
do.
It is
I'm
true. It
shooting
is
from
true.
the hip.
I want you to follow your heart, and so you're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Domino's. That
Yeah.
is real and close.
Yeah. Oh, I think Domino's crust is delicious. It's the best cardboard pizza there is.
100%. And the cheese, I like the taste of their fake cheese. It's very good.
It's true. Darth Vader or Voldemort?
Voldemort, because I don't care about Star Wars at all. And I just started getting into Harry Potter. So
Fair. All right, this is the last one. This has been super easy for you, so this one will clearly be super easy. Good Charlotte or Simple Plan?
oh my God. Oh my God. Good Charlotte. Good Charlotte. Good Charlotte.
Nice. I'm happy to see that one tore a little inside, you know?
That was a real question about like gut-wrenching things. Good Charlotte for sure, honestly. The anthem, god damn.
That's my favorite album of theirs. And my favorite song off of that is My Bloody Valentine.
Oh my God. Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to that on my way to letting my dad's dog out after I listen to that new Kids on the Block song.
After you listen to Spice Girls.
as well. People of the world, every boy and every girl.
Come on, Gabe. We know you know the words. Don't leave us hanging.
Yeah. He's sitting there just la 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 la.
I'm gonna be honest, I actually don't.
Okay, then you buy Spice World yourself and you educate yourself.
Yeah, you get educated, Gibby. Come on, man.
You know,
Rude.
I have all 30 steps right here, so maybe I'll get on it.
All right. Well, Meg, you did it. You finished the podcast. Now all that's left, it's your chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Okay. Website, if you still use that, meggmusic.com. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, obviously Instagram at meggmusic. If you're in LA on the 17th, I'm playing Break Room 86 and Redwood Bar on Tuesday, the 23rd. And I think those are going to be my last LA shows for a while, other than Warped Tour. So come to those. And yeah, I pretty much post everything on Instagram. Everything kind of filters through that social media platform. And for you no place users, you can find Unsigned Pop Punk.
I thought you were gonna say I thought you were gonna drop a bomb on me that you were also on No Place.
No, dude, no one's on No Place but you.
And I was gonna be like, dude, let's connect. Well,
Oh.
this has been another episode of the Unsigned Pop Punk Podcast, and join me on No Place. We'll see you all on Monday.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you to those who already are. Please rate and review the show to help the show be found by new people. And if you're in the position to help us grow, head on over to our website where you can find merch, our Patreon, and other ways that you can help at www.unsignedpoppunk.com. Let us know in the comments who else you'd like to see on the show and what other content you would like to see. Thank you so much for spending your time with us.